CED committee meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Steingart.
Here.
Mr. Sorensen.
Here.
Mr. Ruiz.
Here.
Mr. Benson.
Here.
Mrs. Labuda.
Here.
Before I start, which will be a fairly short meeting because a couple of our people are out at meetings or other things. But before I start, I wanted to basically thank the agencies, Wilson Elser, Fisher Mears, the effort that was put forth last week at the presentation in front of the siting board was a home run for Sullivan County. We were head and shoulders above the other counties in our presentations, and it was not by accident. It was a lot of hard work that went into it. In particular, Wilson Elser, who was hired by the IDA, Mark, Scott, Walter, the IDA staff, Freda, Roberta, Mark, Bill Reber, Kathy. Really, we had a lot of meetings. We came in with a very strong position that really put two casinos in Sullivan County, a difficult option for the state not to select. We showed from revenue streams to the intent of the legislation, and it was clear that the message we sent was the right one. The board didn't ask a lot of questions, but they asked a few of the people from Sullivan County that speak for the information. In fact, we sent in our testimonies that we gave there to the siting board in the last few days. And now the process is closed, and it's the message that's been sent from the board and from the governor in the last few days that we should be hearing in October, which I didn't think was going to be the case. I thought it was going to be after Election Day.
So we're discussing, you really think it's gonna be October?
I think it's going to. I
Okay.
think it's going to be. I think it's going to be October. Excuse me.
No, well, okay.
But I really, we should be proud. You know, a county of 78,000, and without the assets of a lot of the other major corporations that were seeking sites in other areas, we really did a fantastic job. I'm very proud to be part of it, and I think we're going to be successful with two casinos.
And how is it gonna be announced? Who's gonna be the first person that's gonna hear about where they're going? Because I wanna be there. No, how?
That's
Do
a
you
good
know?
question.
Right
I
over
would-
at the governor's
I would-
mansion.
Okay, well, I'm just curious how that, you
I want to, I'll ask
you
Will,
find out how that's-
I'll ask Wilson
who's gonna be
Nelson
the- okay.
how they're going to release it.
Okay.
Well, the siting board.
Just listen for a helicopter over Bellevue.
Yeah. The siting board, from my understanding, makes the recommendation to the Racing and Gaming
Right.
Committee, who actually has the final say.
Okay.
So they make, yes,
That's his committee.
it's his committee. So, but everything I'm hearing is all very encouraging. So, we'll know, I won't say soon enough, because as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to
Well,
hear
waiting
today.
50 years, what's another
Hey.
2 months? I
Mhm.
mean.
So we should be proud. We really, you know, not to pat ourselves on the back and give us
Good.
bad luck, but we did a bang up job. So thank you, everybody. I'll leave that for you to. So there's no presentations or discussions. So Jennifer, I'll let you.
Okay, I just thought good morning, everyone. Part of what the IDA did was they paid Fisher Mears some money to do some message boards for the presentation. This is 2 of them. There's about 12 of them. The others are in Ira's office if you want to look at them. But they were put around on display there for the committee there to look at.
It's not to, but one part of you look at this board, and this really is something that separates us from every application in the state. You take a look, that's actually a building permit for one of our sites, which is started. So we are years ahead of everybody else, which is part of our presentation.
You're so excited. That's so
Well,
Wow. Gotta be optimistic.
Yes.
No, that's good, yeah.
So,
Some of the other boards had statistics on it, but I thought these were pretty.
Very nice.
There were just 2 other items that I wanted to bring to the board's attention. On last Tuesday, September 30th, the IDA received a check from Resnick as an execution of the option of the Apollo property. So at least that's moving along. That's a good thing. Also, the IDA brokered a deal between Lloyd Aretsky and Ginsburg on the 198 Bridgeville Road building for an option for a lease on the back of that building, and it was accepted by both parties, and this moves forward the food hub project. So that's another good thing.
That's on the dead end of
This
the
is,
hill, Jennifer?
It's the 198 is where Mark Baez is now, the partnership,
Oh, in
that building?
Bridgeville, in Bridgeville.
Yes,
Okay.
so it's the back of that.
So it's
That's
for
the
the radio.
That's
Yeah.
a-
The radio.
That's a real
There's-
good location. It's great.
There's a big warehouse in the back of that
Yeah.
building.
Great.
Yeah.
So
It was where the plastic bottling company that
Yeah.
went belly up,
Yeah.
that, that facility.
Yep.
So the food hub is going in,
Well, we hope. He
It's
has
a
an
3-month,
option.
yeah, it's a 3-month lease to finalize the negotiations with them,
Yeah,
great.
to tie up the property so we can finalize with Ginsburg, because it's gonna be a rental as opposed to building a building in the past. But it's a perfect building, they're very happy with it, so we have to just finalize it. So it's a 3-month commitment for the lease until we can sign agreements.
And then, I would imagine refrigeration somehow. I'm
So-
thinking food hub, you'd need a refrigerator probably.
they'd have to deal with whatever has to be done with the building then.
It's easy enough to put that in.
You know, I just wanted to add also, yesterday I did contact the Gaming Commission, because I wanted to know when was that video gonna be online? And they said they hope by the end of the week. So every day I go on, because I saw you, Ira, online.
Broke the camera, is that what you're
And I
trying to
didn't
say?
see I didn't see anything after that, and nobody did, right? Because it was,
Yeah, it
but
stopped after Ira.
they hope by the end of the week that will be up on their website.
Actually, Gene was up in Buffalo at NISAC, and he got to see the whole thing.
Yeah, we were watching on a live stream at the Native American and Gaming Committee. And the people, well, whatever it was.
showing it, yeah.
But the people from the upstate counties where some of them already have gaming, some of them don't, they were very impressed by the speakers from Sullivan County.
So if it's coming on, streaming where?
It's the Gaming Commission's website. I'm trying to think of what it is. Gaming.ny.gov.
Thank you.
And it's right on that.
Thank you, Dan.
It's right on that main page, right in the
Dot,
middle.
you're welcome, Jim.
I mean, you can see the one that they did in Albany the day before, but they don't have the one in Poughkeepsie, and they don't have the third day one, so.
I hope you have the ability to go through it. If not, I hope you have 12 hours to say.
You know what they did for the Albany one? They separate into 3 segments. So the part I'm interested in is like the one that was the 12 o'clock to 12 before lunch. I wanna see that section. Okay.
Just that there was a period of 4 speakers that we had the opportunity, and that really set the stage. You know, it started with I went, and then ended with Walter and Roberta and Mark. And the fact that we hit one right after the other, we just had the boards, started with Scott obviously in the morning. But having 4 in a row really was very powerful.
Great.
So if they have that, it was like starting at the 5th hour, I believe, is when you started. So if you can
12:10.
go, yeah, but I started at
12:10.
7?
It started at 8 in the morning.
Oh, so then it would be the 4th hour. Okay.
Because we started watching it, it was a few minutes after 11, we started watching it. And they didn't want to end the meeting until we watched the whole thing, and I
So
said,
you
well,
saw
we have
Bill
other.
Reber, you saw
Yeah.
Bill
Yeah.
present, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, you know, just to recap that, so really what has happened in the last month, we all should be very excited from an economic standpoint. Apollo, after
Couple years.
a while of trying to get it, the food hub is back on track.
Good.
And finding out with casinos, we really, it was a great last few weeks. So. Mark, I think,
Not here.
yeah, they both had a meeting with, so it was Roberta, and actually Laura is on vacation. So, Freda, I assume,
Brenda's out sick, she apologizes if anybody's questions.
so Jill, you, okay,
She's got a report in there,
Yeah.
so there's not much else to report unless you have questions.
okay. Any Public comment, any board members have any questions, or Ken?
Yes. You know, I was there, as most of you know, and that 20-minute slot that you got, which I didn't know was coming until I saw it, I just thought it was a really good coup on our part, and how well it was really organized, you know, and everybody that spoke there, and, you know, especially that 20 minutes, how well it was organized. I was really proud of everybody, and yes, I think you have a good shot, and I hope that the circle of employment, as I call it, they got the message on that one too, that how 2 casinos in Sullivan County would more than just benefit us, but the whole area, all 3 counties.
And actually, there were, like Ken, who also spoke, there were a lot of residents of Sullivan County and we, you know, it was great to see. We had great support. Dr. Guarno from the CEO of Catskill Regional brought a different message than anybody else had as far as bringing healthcare into the equation that we needed for the revenue for the hospital, you know, the casinos, and because we're such an unhealthy county. So on every point, it seemed like we were just dead on. So I also want to thank Ken and the other residents that came to, Shirley Felder came, and everyone was just so compelling, you know.
I like the fellow who did the 10 points.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
the guy from Liberty.
Yeah, 10, you know, he just.
Top 10 reasons why
10
Sullivan County
right,
should get
right.
2.
And he was so good at, done it, walked off.
Yeah, he was great.
Everybody was on the same page. That was the other thing. Everybody was on the same page. Orange County was fighting among themselves,
That's good.
Yeah, that's always good.
you know, so, thank you.
We didn't have a single, we had one quasi-negative, but otherwise it was all uniformly 4-2. It was great. It was a great show.
And
There was a woman from Sullivan County that somehow got a ride there. Was there all day long looking to get on. If you didn't have a slot, you had to be there. It was a first come, first serve. And she sat there all day long, didn't know how she was gonna get home or to speak. Dr. Guarno, you think here's a CEO, and he signed up, he was there at 8 o'clock in the morning. He didn't speak until 5.
And he had to steal his slot.
And yeah, the person who gave him his time didn't realize if she gave it up, she went up there next to speak and said, "Oh, no, you gave up your time, you can't speak now." And she traveled a ways to do it. So we should be proud, once again, not to be repetitive. Any other public comment? Motion to adjourn?
Jonathan,
So-
Alan.
Okay, thank you.